Today I'm going to install and configure LXTerminal in FUSA PUP64. This is a more recent version, CE4, that I'm recording this on. But normally I use URXVT terminal, but I think because I find that LXTerminal is much easier to configure and customize, I probably will transfer over to LXTerminal. But let me just show you. This is highly configured. Obviously my desktop is not the default out of the box, obviously, but this is URXVT, and I had been using it as a primary terminal, but let me just go ahead and bring out LXTerminal, and you can see that in my computer that there is a header here which I don't need, and I find a cleaner look. I prefer the cleaner look of URXVT. So the first thing we will do is go ahead and modify so you'll have just a very simple look. So what we'll do is go to the JWM rc-personnel file, which is in the hidden folder from the root .jwm, and then I've already we'll just go ahead and modify this, and I'll put a detailed description. What you want to do is just add these 4 lines, and then go ahead and reboot, and then restart JWM rather than reboot. JWM restart, and then you'll notice that this is gone away. So that's what I prefer. So let me just show you LXTerminal, and you'll notice that this is gone away. So that's what I prefer. And you just had a small brief peek at how I got the LXTerminal start down here. So let me just show you on the same file. What you can do is just trigger the here is on a personnel file on a key mask. So every time I enter super key and T, it fires up terminal and LXTerminal, and then you can add the option of dot geometry, and 100 refers to the character of the horizontal, 15 refers to the height, and 250 and 656 refers to the left upper corner of the window. And for my display and for my liking, I like to have it down here, and it I figured that is 250 and 656 works very well. So that indeed. So I'm going to just trigger super and T, and you'll see that it starts up down here. So, and this is just perfect for me. And your numbers are obviously, and your preference will differ. So some people like it up here in the center, like the XFCE4 terminal would drop down, but I prefer down here out of the way. So and let me just introduce you to the main configuration file of LXTerminal, which is in the .config on the root level, and then LXTerminal, and here is a configuration file. So I find it easier just to use the LXTerminal itself, and just right click on the window, and there's a preference. So the way I have it set up is I've this is the font, obviously, and the size, your preference, and and then I have a block and a cursor blink, and scroll back. I can just to make it 10,000. Default window size is really irrelevant in my case because I prefer to have it start down here. But so the way I have it on a JWM personnel file overrides whatever you put in here. So, and then advanced and shortcuts. Shortcuts I just changed to a copy to Control C. What you do is whatever you want to do is the keyboard key that you prefer. Let's see, just put a cursor there and then say Control Shift C. So, but I prefer Control C. So that's how you can change the keyboard binding rather than going to directly to the LXTerminal config itself, as I have shown you. So let me just go ahead and give it an OK, and we'll close this, and I have it on the right, left. This is not directly, you cannot control this without further modification of JWM RC personnel file, but and then I can just show you Control plus will make the fonts larger, and Control minus will make it smaller, and we'll close it. I usually just X and then X and then Control Super T, bring it back up. So I have this is helpful. It's just a quick setup on how to change the default URXVT to LXTerminal in PuppyLInux.